Student, this is the sixth and last part of the chapter, the story of village Palampur, class 9. I am starting from page number 10, where our last heading is non-farming activities in Palampur. We have already discussed that in village Palampur, almost 75% people are involved in agricultural activities. It means remaining 25% do some other works, and there are some people who are involved in both kind of work, agricultural as well as non-agricultural work. So your book has given 3 to 4 categories. Number one, it is the dairy. It is mentioned in your book that the buffalo has been provided the fodder like jowar and bajra, which is produced in the rainy season. Then the milk taken from the animal is provided to the nearby village, that is Raiganj, and Raiganj, where the Shahpur trader has set up the chilling center. You people must be knowing that we used to get Amul and Parag milk through the chilling center, where the people from the village do come and they actually provide the milk, and from these chilling center milk is taken, collected, pasteurized, and then into the packet form is being delivered to all of us. That's how we actually get the milk. You cannot expect to have these cattle existing in the city area. So the source of the milk what we consume every day is from the village area. Similar condition is in the Palampur. Student, next heading is manufacturing. Manufacturing also do take place in the village. Only thing is, it is mentioned that less than 50 people are involved, so you can expect that it is a small cottage industry can be expecting. There are not possibility of heavy industry or any such industry where big machineries and large amount of labor and capital required. Most of the time these industries run by the family member. Outside labor are not hired for any work. No such technology is required to do the production. Making of the candle, making of the matchbox, or various other things, pickles making, papad making, these are the things that can take place. Less are mentioned in the chapter. I am just assuming few examples that can be given to you to understand that what are the things that can be done at the rural level. Similar condition is in the Palampur. Then it is mentioned that those who lives in the village, those who have rural background do understand that in village there are some small shop exist. It is not expected to have big showrooms or shopping malls existing in the village area, but for the daily need requirements, some basic thing that can be purchased in this area, a small shop, of course it exists. It is mentioned that the families which used to live next to the highways or the bus stand, they used to set up small shops and sell the things like you can say it is general store. हमारे देश में इसको किराना की दुकानें कहते हैं. That kind of thing means food articles, pencil, rubber, stationery product, battery which is required to be purchased, or some other things. Certain things are written. Let me read it for you. It is written that the sugar, tea, oil, wheat, rice, candle, biscuits, toothpaste, batteries, notebook, pen, pencil, and even some clothes are available. That is mentioned in your textbook. So some shops do exist. Last is the activity which you can find that it is fast growing, that is the transport. And transport is one of the section which is developing very fast, that is mentioned, and it is the last part of the chapter. It is mentioned that Palampur is very well connected to the nearby Raiganj, where people can use the rickshaw, tanga. It is also mentioned that tractor, bullock cart, that is called Balgadi, and other bogies are available. These are used to provide the luxury to the people to take from Palampur to the Raiganj or even to the Shahpur area. And sometimes the goods are also, basically the goods actually is taken from one place to the other. That's the purpose in the rural area for the transport services. That's how, student, your chapter is coming to an end. But before I close this video content, I want to tell you that there are few box also. Few examples are mentioned, like there is a gentleman Mishri Lal who is a farmer, but He do some other work, non-farming work also, like he has purchased an electric machine, sugar cane crushing machine. You have seen in the summer season that sugarcane machine are established in many parts of the cities, and he's having his field from where he's getting the sugarcane to sell the juice of the sugarcane. But it is not only that he is limited to his only field. He is taking the sugarcane from other farmers and making the jaggery. I told you jaggery हिंदी में गुड़ कहते हैं, and then he sell it to the nearby area Raiganj, and from there it goes to the Shahpur market, to various places where it can be sold. That's how Mishri Lal is making some profit from the sources other than the agricultural product. Then there is another person, Kareem, who is educated, lives in the village. He has realized that in his village now many children are going outside to attain higher knowledge. Some of them are attending the computer classes. So because his house is at the very good location, which is close to the market, he has decided that he will use the first room, the room, you can say drawing room of his house, to be converted as a computer classroom. He could hire the 2 teachers in the village who are known to the who are skilled for the computer related knowledge and can impart computer training to the student. That is how now he has purchased some of the computer and successfully running a class. This is another example giving us that these are the activities taking place where additional sources have been generated. Last example given in the textbook on the very last page, page number 13, I believe, or 12. It is page number 12 where it is mentioned Kishore. Kishore or Kishora, it is mentioned, is also the one who is taking the people from one place to the other. Now, how he is doing this? He has buffalo, what he used for cultivating the land, but the time when the cultivation is not taking place, he attach it with the remaining part of the wooden cart, and then provide services, ferry the people and the goods from one place to the other, and makes the money. So by this chapter we have come to know the economic structure of village or rural India, that would help us to understand the urban area in the near future. When we will keep moving to the coming chapter, we will be discussing the urban area. This chapter was more or less making you aware that what are the activities do take place in these area, what people are expected. That's why I said in the beginning in my very first video content that this is not a chapter of the economics in which you will go through any formula, in which you will be making any concepts or principles of the economics that you probably will do in the higher classes. Class 11th onwards, when you will take economics as a subject, then you will be going through that content. Micro and macroeconomics will be there, but right now you are being introduced with the concept of a rural economy through a hypothetical village which actually do not exist. And I in the beginning also made clear that only purpose of the textbook was to choose a hypothetical village so that they can avoid controversy and they can take the liberty of showing the things whatever they are wanting to have a fair explanation. Now I want various activities and exercise what has been discussed by me from your textbook. Now you go through, you have the soft copy of the textbook, find out how to solve it. If you have pages available to you, solve it. Any problem which exists, many of you have started making the content. Many of the queries I'm getting through the YouTube channel, but students, I'm really not able to address all those because plenty of students, more than 1,000 students have seen the video. That is why now it is natural that various questions are coming. I could answer so far very few, but I would like you that remaining problem, whatever exists, keep it safe. Very soon you will have the luxury of going back to school. Your academic session will begin as soon as this lockdown will be over. So your subject teachers are going to help you understand. They are also getting access to these videos, so once they will be going, they would be easily understanding that what part is required to be further explained. I would start very soon. I shall be providing the content for the next chapter. In the meantime, you complete, go through the textbook, go through the questions provided in a along with this. There is a PPT also being provided just to check your some of the textbook knowledge and make you to go through the textbook and find the correct answer. Nothing more than that, because now your question paper is also having the objective type question. That is the purpose of providing this. Thank you, students. Thanks a lot.